DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the FL1 betting podcast here on FingerLakes1.com. I am Paul Russo. Jim Sinicropi back in the studio this week. Happy to have him back. And Kyle Evans once again here. Week 5 in the NFL is upon us. Crazy to say out loud. We have byes being this week. The NFL is absolute chaos, as we'll see in our bet card here in just a moment from week 4. Guys, it's a pretty interesting time of year. Kyle, I forgot to mention, hockey begins tomorrow, technically. We kind of alluded you might have some regular season hockey, some futures bets potentially. I don't know if you remember to bring any of those or not.
I did.
You did? All right, there we go. So we'll jump into all that. But first, let's check out the bet card, gentlemen. All righty, so I somehow came away with I guess by percentage-wise, the best week. 2-0-1. I pushed on Texas A&M.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's in,
It's how. Yeah. I need to work on a better way for the push. I just haven't figured out the best way to accomplish that just yet. But, yeah, they couldn't quite get Arkansas away from them, and so they pushed with the 4.
JMU.
Exactly. -20. Absolute gimme.
There.
I know. How about it?
Yeah, they really whooped up on Ball State. It was a great atmosphere in JMU. Great game day atmosphere. The weather was great. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
All righty. And then my Nebraska-Indiana moneyline parlay for the other unit cashed as well, so we'll take that. Kyle, 2-1 for you. You continue your just absolute blazing start for the season. Cowboys and the Saints cleared it for you until Sunday night when the Bills decided not to give you another 3-0 week.
Yeah, and the Cowboys actually made it a little scary. The Giants had the ball late, and I was like, watch them somehow find a way, and sure enough, they didn't. And yeah, the Saints, Younghoe who hits that walk-off game-winning field goal to put them, to give them a 2-point win, but the 2.5 was just enough.
I got you on that half point, man.
And yeah, the Bills, that was never really a game. I guess it was in the third quarter. It did feel like the Bills had momentum, and then...
Oh, I looked at the money line at halftime, and it was Bills plus 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I should put $10 on this because you've seen this script play out a million times before, weekly in the NFL, and especially with the Ravens. And I didn't. Bills come out, score, stop, and then had that turnover, but it was playing out that way. You look at these lines at halftime of games like that, and I would have lost the bet though. But you see these teams come back, and you can get it was 12-1 odds.
Yeah. And then, Jim, you just got off to a rough start to the week even on yours. Miami involved in one of the more chaotic football finishes we've seen so far this year.
Yeah, I've been riding the hurricane.
Yeah.
And the train ran out.
And then, I thought your Rams bet was a really good one too.
The Rams
And
are pathetic.
yeah.
I'm done with them. I look at them +3 versus the Packers this week, and I'm thinking, at home, but I can't do it anymore. They fooled us with that opening week win, yard loss in overtime in Detroit, and obviously the injuries to Cup and Nicola and a few other defensive players. Not good. They're a joke.
But Joe Flacco is elite for you for the week. Carried you to at least get one unit in the bank.
Yeah, the Colts were solid.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like them at Jacksonville this week.
Yeah, when I was picking head-to-head on that game, I'm like, I don't know which way this realistically could go here. But luckily for us, we don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah, we have bye weeks starting this week in the NFL. We have a couple interesting like college matchups, but nothing really too over the top. It's been chaos in the NFL again, as we've talked about now for 3 straight weeks. Going into week 5, it's probably not going to be anything different. But as we alluded to, we got the NHL starting up tomorrow, featuring the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, let's preview the
Yeah.
NHL to Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. So teased it a little bit last week. What you got future-wise? What are you looking at in the NHL landscape?
Well, I have a Stanley Cup winner. I like the Rangers at plus 1,300.
My man.
They fell short last year. They pretty much bringing back the same team. I like how they played last playoffs. They just fell short with, goal scoring. So I like that. I'm gonna throw $10 on that to win 140. And the Sabres to have over 88.5 points. They had 84 last year, and last year they had several losing streaks, and they just really can never get it going. They have a new coach this year. They brought in some better players for their third and fourth lines to make them tougher to play against, and I don't see why they couldn't get 5 more points than they did last year. So those are my 2 really NHL futures that I like the most. I guess I would take the Sabres to make the playoffs at plus 155. It's so tough because even if they are better this year, there's so many teams around them that are good.
You're betting with your heart on that one.
Yeah, so
That's what you're hoping.
the other 2 I like way more, but that's tough because they could have a 92-point season and still miss because there's a lot of teams around them that are good.
Yeah, so you could, I mean, why bet on them to make the playoffs? Just put it all on the 88 points.
Yeah.
Because they, like you said, they could have 89 points and not make the playoffs.
Yep.
And you're getting better odds. Certainly, they probably wouldn't make the playoffs with less than 88 points.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is
Yeah.
that true? Like,
Well, give or take, yeah. I mean,
you're more of a chance to win the 88 points with them not making the playoffs than you are to lose the 88-point bet but win the playoff bet, right?
Yeah. You could still get in, but it's like extremely rare. You do have a great point. Sometimes it takes 95 to get in for the second wild card.
So, I mean, bet that 88 and lay off the playoff bet. A little better odds on the playoff bet
Yeah, it's plus 155,
opposed to what?
minus 120. So
What if you bet yeah, I wonder what it would be for 89 points.
yeah,
Give you plus odds at that point.
it,
Is it even available to bet?
well, it's 88.5, the one I'm talking about.
89 and a half, what would the odds be?
1 second, it's gonna be a minute. I have to pull it up.
Don't listen to me. I'm kind of the 1 point in the bank. 2 weeks ago, I had a good week, despite the 3 picks on the show. This weekend, horrible, worst week of the year.
yeah, I mean, I obviously, as we saw on the board, I mean, I went all 3 college games last week, and it's been, off the show, it's been a really good year for me in college football, and I'm just not doing anything on Sundays, and we're really close. If I don't pull the trigger this week, I wouldn't be surprised anyway if I didn't pull anything, mostly because I'll be traveling in between states Sunday during the football slate anyway. But I'm pretty much done on the NFL for at least this week. I need to step away from it before it drives me mad.
No, I love it because I'm watching the games usually. As where on Saturdays I'm not always, watching some of these games I'm wagering on. But you got the odds on that?
Yeah, it's plus 100 for 90 plus points.
Oh, you got to go 2 more points though.
And on DraftKings though, it doesn't give me another option.
Yeah, sometimes.
Maybe FanDuel. What if I check that out?
Yeah, I'm
Hear
on.
more good stuff about FanDuel than DraftKings.
Yeah, I've been using FanDuel.
I mean, I'm on FanDuel right now trying to look, and I'm not.
Just get the better line.
Yeah.
They always tend to be on FanDuel.
I'm trying to get to the stuff on FanDuel right now. I mean, yeah, FanDuel gives you options on points starting at, for example, 90 plus
Yeah.
on teams and going from there. And what'd you say it was, Kyle?
90 plus is plus 100 for
Well,
the Sabres.
90 plus for the Sabres on FanDuel is minus 105. So it's not too much of a difference, but you are getting better odds at least over on DraftKings than you are FanDuel for that one anyway.
Have you looked at any player prop season-long bets?
Not for the NHL, but I mean, I could, before tomorrow for sure. Like goal scorers for sure you could do, or
Conn Smythe Trophy winner?
yeah, the President's Trophy winner, just all different things. But like I said, I think my favorite one is, I really like the Rangers, man. I really do. I think that's a really good pick. The Oilers are the favorites, of course, and the Florida is still there. But I think the Rangers, this is their year. They haven't won in a while, and I think they can get there.
Yeah. I tell you what I like doing on a winter night. I might do it this time of year on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, not a lot of sports on other than baseball, but there is nothing more fun than to put a little wager on a hockey game and have it be close down the stretch. You know what I'm talking about? Excitement.
I almost did a sicko one of preseason last night.
Oh God.
I got it. There was a temptation. I'm not gonna lie, but I did not. So it's funny though, Kyle. I did pick the Rangers as my Stanley Cup winner prediction yesterday with Nick. So
Really?
yep. I like what that they're a young group for the most part,
Great goaltending.
but yeah, great goaltending. But they've all played together now for 3 seasons.
Messier's really good.
And Wayne Gretzky. But they've all it's been a steady improvement, and I think they're ready to do that next step. So,
Well, I'm going with the Vancouver Canucks.
ooh, all
What are
right.
they plus 1,800?
You just want to see a riot.
They have the same odds as the Bruins,
What are the odds of the Maple Leafs? I think it's going to be the Maple Leafs here.
plus 1,300, fourth best. Or actually, they're tied with the Rangers and the Devils. Wow.
All three win the cup.
What do they know that we don't?
And the worst odds, the San Jose Sharks, plus 40,000.
They're giving them the worst odds.
Yep, Anaheim's
Can
next.
it really be that bad?
Yeah,
San Jose's. I don't think it's
Total
gonna be a
rebuild.
fun year.
The
Yeah.
only thing I've seen in the NHL is teams come out of nowhere.
Well,
like Florida.
The Stanley Cup.
yeah, but there are some cases where if you're bad, you're just bad. I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of surprised, frankly, that Columbus isn't the longest odds this year, but
Yeah, they're plus 20,000.
yeah.
Well, enough hockey.
For now.
For maybe the most exciting sport to bet.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, there's a lot of live different action you get onto, like you mentioned, Jim, especially this weekend. Postseason baseball going on, and obviously the football games you can do. So,
Your favorite to win the World Series?
ooh, well, it's hard to go against the red hot Detroit Tigers. I don't know. Selfishly, I want a Subway Series. So, yeah.
If I'm trying to win money, I'm going Padres right now. Obviously, I'd like the Yankees to win it, but I just think what the Padres got going, I feel like they're gonna win it. I think they're plus 600.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that same thing in hockey. Once the baseball playoffs start, I mean, I don't care how good a team you got, you're at jeopardy to lose.
Yeah. There is no tomorrow. That's way. I mean, even I think you live as a team being up 1-0 in a best-of-3 series have to operate. So, but that's not here nor there. That is for a game to be determined at 7:08 this evening. For picks for this week, I guess I'll go first for this week. First game that I got is tonight. Not the NFL, but in college football. Texas State, little Sun Belt action. They're at Troy. Troy's looked very hit or miss, but Texas State looks to be legit. I'm going to take Texas State minus 13.5 on the road. My two other games, also in college, on Saturday, I'm going to take Missouri plus 2.5 at A&M. I think they're underdogs because they're on the road, but I don't think A&M's the better team in that game, but I guess we'll find out. And then another Sun Belt game on Saturday, Marshall against Appalachian State. Big game in conference-wise for them. But I I feel bad doing it this way.
Marshall?
Well,
Penn State.
for both, they're both 2-2. It I feel bad for doing it this way, but obviously with everything going on in Western North Carolina, Boone, where Appalachian State is, they'd get hit pretty good as well. I'm taking Marshall -3. I just think there's a lot going against the Mountaineers in that game. Hope I'm wrong in that sense. I hope it doesn't affect them in this negative way that I'm thinking, but since I can lock in with the Thundering Herd at a field goal, I'm going to take that opportunity. Kyle, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the game that we don't like, the London game.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to take the Vikings -2.5 over the Jets. I mean, we just saw what the Jets did and what they've done mostly on offense this year. Not impressive, and that Vikings defense, watch out.
And Sam Darnold is a top 8 quarterback in this league. True
Yeah.
or false?
This year it's true.
Right now, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not talking about right now. I mean, that just goes to show you that you get drafted by the Carolina Panthers or whoever.
The New York Jets in this case.
Yeah, the Jets first. I mean, it's a killer.
Yeah.
And now you're in a good, you got more talent, better coaching, and you're good top 8 quarterback, I'd say.
Darnold revenge game for you, Kyle.
Oh, yeah. Then my next, I'm going to do Bills-Texans over 47.5. We talked about it on Monday. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game with lots of points. And then Monday night, I'm going to take the Saints +5.5 against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just without a lot of their weapons. Their offense hasn't looked great. Mahomes has been turning the ball over. And the Saints are top 3 in interceptions this year as a defense. So I think it's going to be a close game. I'll take that.
They are legit. All right, Jim, your time to shine.
Yeah, normally I would, when somebody picks a game that I pick, I got other ones so I can pick other games. But you know what? I'm not doing that this week. I'm going with Kyle and the Saints at +5.5. I mean, the Chiefs haven't looked great even with Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco. And the Saints have looked great. So Monday night game at Kansas City, I think the Chiefs will find a way to pull out a win, maybe, like they do. But 5.5 points is a lot when you look at what both teams are going to be on the field. So I'm with you there. That's the only NFL game I'm going with. First off, I'm taking Northern Illinois -17.5 at home against UMass. UMass is 1-3 with only a 4-point victory over Central Connecticut State. They lost to Miami, Ohio, Buffalo, and Toledo. Northern Illinois is a team I'm sure you've all heard of because they beat Notre Dame a couple weeks ago. They're 2-2 overall, so it was 3 weeks ago they beat Notre Dame. Then they lost a 3-point game to Buffalo and at NC State by 7. And they were into the very end. And week 1 they whooped up on Western Illinois, the Leathernecks, 54-15. And I don't think UMass is even better than the Leathernecks of Western Illinois. So you know what, Northern Illinois is going to have fun getting back to some more talent that they can dominate as opposed to playing Notre Dame and NC State. So I got Northern Illinois -17.5.
I can get you at a flat 17.
I'll take it.
You got it.
I don't know if I can get it. As a matter of fact, in real life, if I bet that, it might be parlay where I tease it down below 17. But anyways, my last bet, and it's a tough one to make because I think I'm becoming a James Madison Dukes fan with my daughter being there and attending the football game against Ball State. It was just a fantastic atmosphere down there. And what James Madison is doing with their athletics is unbelievable, really. And so I'm glad to be part of the James Madison family.
Get that mug up with pride right there. There you go.
But I'm going to take their opponent.
Oh, no!
The University of Louisiana Monroe, the Warhawks.
Yeah.
They're getting 16.5. I think James
Whoa.
win the game, but 16.5.
Well, on FanDuel, 17.5.
I'll take the 17.5. Look, James Madison is obviously good. They put up 70 against North Carolina, also gave up 50. Ball State, not a very good football team. I saw it firsthand, and there was a few turnovers in that game too that swung it early, and it was just a blowout. But this is a Sun Belt.
It is.
West versus East matchup.
Yep.
With ULM currently in first place in the West, and 16.5 points is a lot. So I am gonna be rooting for James Madison. I wouldn't mind losing this bet, but I just seeing all this stuff firsthand. Keep in mind, James Madison beat Gardner-Webb at home 13-6.
It's true.
So that
The Bulldogs.
yeah, that UNC game was a bit of a enigma, and Ball State not very good. So give me the Warhawks plus 16.5 at home against the Dukes.
You got it.
What about Syracuse? If you could bet them, would you take them plus 6.5?
Hold on with that one because I'll be out of state for that game tomorrow night.
Last weekend I could have
Yeah.
bet Syracuse Holy Cross, but I haven't bet a Syracuse athletic event since I was like a sophomore there. Because I would hear stuff.
Right.
Like, first of all, I'm mad enough if Syracuse loses. I
Right.
have to lose money on top of it. And I would hear things like, "Oh, Bobby Grosvenor says they're going to kill Miami." You know, oh man, Bobby Grosvenor, who was their safety at the
Right.
back in 1991 or whatever. He's so you know, and back then you didn't hop online. You actually went to a bookie.
It's true.
And then Miami would beat Syracuse like 57-10.
Yeah, actually 6.5 is the best line, Kyle. Now that I'm looking at it, so
You got over under 58.5, right?
under 58.5 is the best line I'm seeing, and a flat 58 is the best line I'm seeing
By the
for
way,
that.
they're playing at UNLV, 9 o'clock Eastern time start.
Yep.
I mean, it's a oddity.
For Syracuse, yeah.
Syracuse really needs a win. UNLV is good. They had that quarterback controversy that was in the national news with the NIL and stuff, but their backup quarterback is.
He's better than.
Well, Paul says he's better, so yeah.
All I'm saying is the Sluka kid, the guy who started the year as the starter.
Yep.
You know what his completion percentage was through the first 3 games of the year? 30%. So I don't know.
Well,
He
it's a good game for
yeah.
Syracuse, and I'd like to think Fran Brown's going to have him ready. And keep in mind, we're talking about UNLV's quarterback. Our quarterback's Kyle McCord.
Hell yeah.
So, like, whatever. I just think it's going to be an oddity for the Cuse to travel to the desert.
Yeah. Now, if it's any consolation, I do know that they landed last night at, I want to make sure I got my time zone math here right. I believe it was about 5 o'clock local time out there when they landed yesterday. So they will be mostly acclimated, I would say, at that point.
And they better come ready to play because it's a big game. They lost a lot of momentum with the loss to Stanford. A game they could have won. They can get back on track.
Yeah.
And still, compete for an ACC title and, a spot in the college football playoffs, which is really kind of what the goal is for teams now, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But if they lose all that, the ACC title maybe
Still alive at that point.
2-loss team, you're not going to.
Right. Well, this will be a good gauge because of the way the playoff now is anyway. UNLV is now one of the top teams in the group of 5 conferences that are now fighting for that quote-unquote 12th seed. Exactly. You got the Dukes, UNLV, Boise State, who, by the way, if you can get that running back, you want to talk about a futures bet right here. If you can get that running back with still good enough odds to win the Heisman in Boise, I'd try and get a little bit of action on that. Ashton Gentry, very, very good. He has more rushing yards individually than I want to say 80 teams, 80 D1 teams. Like, it's crazy. He's good. So if you can, get a little bit of action on that. A little sprinkle.
Will do.
Before we go, I want your insights on the Cleveland Washington game. Cleveland's plus 3.5. I'm probably taking Cleveland. I think like this Washington Washington 2-game stretch is gonna come to an end.
Kyle, I'll let you go first.
I'll take Washington. Something
I
just
would.
tells me. I don't know.
I really wanted to be on an island alone, Homer Paul on this one.
Commander's collapse is coming.
I don't disagree
It just
there.
won't be this game.
I don't disagree there. Yeah. Yeah. If Cleveland has looked any kind of decent this year, I'd be saying Browns all day still. But man, Jaden Daniels.
They get ball.
This year, CJ Stroud.
They get.
Kept it going. I did the same thing after first few weeks of CJ Stroud. I'm like, well, you know, he's a rookie. It's gonna come down to earth, and then next thing you know, he's in the playoffs, almost, you know, almost getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they better win. They get Baltimore coming up, Pittsburgh later in the year, Philadelphia, Dallas, Saints, Eagles, again, obviously Cowboys, again, Falcons. I mean, yeah, if they want any shot at winning the playoffs, you win this game.
You're goddamn right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that one might be a game where you hold your cards closer to you to kickoff. I know Brian Robinson's dealing with a knee issue for Washington, running back one, so might want to hold the cards closer to game time if you can, I would say, unless maybe you're betting Cleveland. This might be the right time then, because I don't know if that line will get any better for you,
I don't think
potentially.
Washington's been given 3.5 points to anybody since like the late 1990s.
I mean, we had a moment in 2012 with RG3. I mean, come on. But no, you're not wrong in the grand scheme of it, that's for sure. This is the game against Arizona. I know we're getting off track a little bit, but the game against Arizona where they had 42 last week, and then the week prior on Monday night against Cincinnati was the first time since 91 where they put up more than 35 points in back-to-back games. So, I mean, you're not wrong.
Something, but I was high on Arizona this year.
Same.
And
Same.
they're awful.
Yeah.
The only team they beat is the Rams.
Yeah.
Another team I was high on, so I got to recalibrate here. But yeah, I think this is the end of the Washington's like dream run. I think they can still be competitive, but I just think they're going to struggle.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lower scoring game.
Yeah, I was about to say that might be a good under total bet there. Let me see what we got for that. Yeah.
I'm going to guess it's 42.
Survey says 43.5. Yeah, so take your best bet there, and that's the best line across the entire board as well on both sides. So let's see, 3.5 for Cleveland and a flat 3 for Washington as well, by the way. So hey, it's the beauty of looking around on all the books, I suppose. Go get your best number. All right, guys, what do you say? Head out of here on that note?
Yeah, good luck
All right.
this weekend with all your betting. Also, the Sanderson Farms Open is underway.
There you go.
If you're interested for you PGA Tour bettors.
Hey, can get live action going on Saturday with everything else, right?
Yeah. That's fine.
Alrighty, guys. Appreciate it as always. Good luck with your bets. Good luck to everybody with your bets as well. We'll be back at it again next Thursday afternoon, recapping our picks from this weekend and then making our Week 6 NFL picks. How about it? Time flies. So enjoy the week, everybody. Good luck. We'll talk again next week.